Okay, so now I've got this piece that I've cut down to 9 1/4 by, oh, let me turn on a little bit of light. So 9 1/4 by 11 1/4. So 9 1/4 by 11 1/4. And then I've taken another piece onto my scoreboard here. And I'm going to have the sides 3/4 of an inch wrap around this piece, and I'm going to make a solid, you know, just 2 pieces of paper. I don't know if I'm going to do a top loading. I'm not sure on that. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to glue everything. Well, yeah, it will be a top loading. Why not? Okay, so I have done this 12 by 12 sheet. I've done 3/4 of an inch here, and then scored at the 10 mark, and then scored at the 10 3/4 inch mark. This piece here at the end is cut off, and then I've also cut off the boxes at this. So now I just need to cut this little piece off. I'm going to do that off camera here. And I just put the score area. There we go. Okay, so now you've got a piece that looks like this. Okay. And I am going to flip this over. I'm going to do my flaps. There we go. And then do this flap. Okay, now I can take my We Are Memories Keeper, and I'm doing a quarter rounder on all of these pieces. Get that, and a quarter round here. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to stick some of my 1/4 inch tape. I'll go ahead and get this moved out of here. And this moved out. Get some 1/4 inch tape on here. There we go, and one more side. I'm really anxious to start using this thing, so I'll be glad to get this done. This has really taken me no time at all. So I'm going to stick this right in here. Okay, I am going to have to cut this one down just a smidge so that it'll fit. Hold on one sec. So I've got 9 1/4. I'd say it's actually going to be a 9 1/8 that this needs to be. So 9 1/8. Yes, that'll be perfect. Okay. Get this out of my way. Get some of my wet adhesive. Just one more bit of strength. cut it straight, I'm just gonna, there we go. And I actually don't remember if I burnished. I don't think I did. Okay, and this goes here quite nicely. No, that actually is going to need, it's a little too close. So I'm just going to take this with the scissors. I'm not really super good at cutting straight here, but I only need to cut off a very small amount. And if it's not exactly straight, they're not going to be able to really see this. And besides, this is really for me, but I want something pretty and fun and exciting and colorful and the whole 9 yards. So this is much better where it's totally away from the seam. But I also don't want this wet glue to get anywhere close to the seam, so I'm keeping it up close to the score tape. Okay. And there's really not any way of doing this that's correct, I think, over any other way, but I've done the sides on all of these and then the bottom, so that's just the way I'm doing it. I just say, you know, be consistent and you'll be fine. It's when you tend to not be consistent that people might pick up on things, but again, this is just for me, but people will see me using it. Alrighty. Okay, so there is a top-loading, nice and firm piece there. And now on this, I want to take some of these smaller elements. This paper collection has, and I don't have much of this paper left. I think I've got enough that I'll be able to do one more page. But this paper collection has a lot of these. And I thought, you know, I think it would be really fun to have these available where I can write notes, you know, just to have them. I think they would be very fun. And there's another sheet of paper. And then I've got this pair, and that's it. So I will have used all of this that Chandra sent me, so I'm quite pleased with that. So I've got 3 pieces and then 3 sheets of this. So I want myself a pocket that these will fit into and a pocket that these will fit into. So, and I think that's the only 2 sizes that are here. Yes. Okay. And where's my little ruler? Little ruler. Where's my little ruler? Where is my little ruler? There it is. Okay, so yeah, 6 inches by 4. So I'm really going to do about, yeah, so I'm going to be doing a 5-inch piece by about 4. So I need a 5 by 4 piece. And I have a few bits, odds and ends. Milo! My little dog. Sorry about that. 5. Yes, that's correct. 5 by 4. And sorry about that on the camera there. This is my 5 side. Let's go ahead and cross the 5 side. We're gonna go to the 4.5 and flip around and do it on 4.5 again. Again, please make sure you're getting it all the way against the top and the side before, and then we're going to take it to one side, again against the top and the side, and we're going to do 3.5. If you wanted to, you could do it on the 1/2 inch side, but I find it a lot easier to be here than be against that edge. I'm going to cut my box off, but this time I'm actually going to cut it at a little bit of an angle. So right there. There we go. So there you've got it looking like that now. And we're going to do the edges. These will hold those smaller ones very nicely. And let's see, I think this is going to be a good one here. And I'm going to do this one so it's a little bit larger. I'd like to make it, let's see. So I think I'm going to do one that's 7.5 by 3.5. Okay. So we're going to cut this 7.5 by 3.5. Now on the 7.5 side, we'll flip it over. We're going to score at 7, and again at 7. And then on the 3.5, we're going to score at 3. Same thing, we're going to cut our little box off. And you're cutting right to the corner of your score marks, the top most inside corner. Okay, there's that. And we're going to fold these in. These are simple pockets that can be done, made for anything that you want to do, any kind of book, any kind of card, and anything. You can make these little simple pockets. Okay, so now I got 2 pockets to stick onto my folder there, which I put I gotta find out where I put it. Put my book back over here. Okay, I got this here. So I'm going to have this here. And I'll put this about here. I think that'll work really nicely. And I'm going to put my 1/8 of an inch score tape on the outside edge. Sorry, outside edge. That's the inside edge when you're looking at it folded this way. Yeah. So, score tape on the outside edge. Let's try this again. I think since I didn't close this, you can get this all pulled up. There we go. So you want this on the fold. You're going to put glue to the inside of the fold, but you want this on the fold. This will help secure it more. And then the glue itself will finish securing it. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. 1/8 of an inch on the fold. Because again, I'm going to be using this a lot of papers in and out. This isn't just going to be stick a picture on it and leave it. I'm going to be using this book. I'm going to be getting my papers in and out. I'm going to be sticking items down in this pocket. I'm probably going to find another piece to make another pocket about this size. Okay. There we go. Now, I need to make sure that I'm leaving enough room and I'm also going to clip a little of this off. Okay, so take this off. One, take the two sides, fold it down, stick this to it, and then take this off. And put it right down about here. There we go. There's that. And then I'm going to take this down. Got a little bit of it hanging off, so put that back over. Clip. Clip. Okay. Take that off. Take that off. I'm going to go ahead and close this down, and part of it's going to catch. Get my glue on there. And flip this around. Put these down about here. Okay. All right. So now I'll be able to put small things like a notepad in there, and those all the different cards will go right in here. Okay, guys. Next, I think that's the last of the pages I'm gonna make, and I'll also show you how I made this. That nice little piece in there. And that's gonna probably just go into there. But so I've got my different folders. And then I decided to keep these in the center, so I have the two folders here. Got this folder, and then I got this piece here. Okay? Now we'll figure out how to get them to stay all into my binder thing. All right? Thanks, guys. Till next time. Okay, so I have cut, not very well, but it's again, not that big a deal to me, but this one is a little over 3/4 and this one's a little under 3/4, but I used an 1/8 of an inch and I'm just doing this, oh, whatever this one's called now. I think I can think of it. There's lots of tutorials out there that teach you how to do it, but I've just got an 1/8 of an inch here, a 1/4 of an inch on this one, and a 1/2 of an inch on this one, because a 1/2 of an inch is as large as I could go. And then each one of these should be a 1/4 of an inch. So you would put it on your scoreboard, go 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. I mean, sorry. 1/2 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch. And then you're going to double the gusset size. So then you're going to go, your next piece is going to be 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch. That'll give you your second set of tabs. And then your third one, you're going to do 3/4 of an inch, an inch, no, 1/2 an inch. So it's an 1/8 of an inch, a 1/4 of an inch, and a 1/2 of an inch, and then 3/4 of an inch. And two of these I've got the decorative paper on the inside, not that it really makes a whole lot of difference, and then this one I've got it on the outside. Again, I don't think it makes any difference. It's just the way I'm thinking I'm going to put the pages together, but again, it's not that big a deal for me. Now, if you're doing this to for somebody, or you know, to sell or something, then which I think these might be very interesting to people, you would definitely want to get all your measurements correct and everything in line really pretty and stuff like that. So, okay. So I've got, there's not much spacing in between these guys, but it's gonna work. And got my 1/4 rounder, and I'm just gonna put it on the 1/2 inch side and just get what I can on these. Okay, see if I can get this one by itself. I don't think I'll be able to. No, but that's okay. Okay, so then I'm just going to put these onto my stack the deck. That's what you call this puppy. Stack the deck. I knew it would come to me. But I'm also going to find a piece of half-inch piece of chipboard, and I'm going to put it on here. Now, Scotch-Dry adhesive does not work on plastic. Just take my word for it, it doesn't. As long as it has not since I've ever tried it. So I am going to use my score tape on this and a bead of Aleene's, because Aleene's works. So I'll probably use a 1/4 inch of score tape on one side, an 1/8 of an inch on the other, and just put a bead of glue. So I've got a little bit of everything trying to hold this down, but I'm going to put that onto the 1/2 inch chipboard, and then I'm going to put the 1/2 inch chipboard down here, and with the same thing with the Aleene's and my Suquang or score tape. So I will come back when I've got it all done. Okay, so I got it done. Very pleased with it. See if I can get it open here. I took just a 1/2 inch piece of chipboard and score taped it to my Stack the Deck and a little bit of glue as well. Again, not the Scotch-Dry because that doesn't tend to dry on plastic. So I did it both to my Stack the Deck and to the file folder. And so now I've got places that I'll be able to put all of my papers and things that I need to do something with. So it's going to help me get myself organized more. And then these are just some fun things that was in the paper that I can write notes and paper clip. I'm going to make myself some cute little paper clips and stuff too. So here's the 2 side loads, and that's the center of it. She wholeheartedly believed that she could, and so she did. Love that. And then 2 more pockets here, and then the pocket here, and that's it. So that's it. I thank you for joining me on creating this. If you have any questions, let me know. I also did this. Very simple, and I think that this is going to house my coupons. So I'm a happy camper. I got this done now. I can work on organizing myself. Alright guys, have a fun one. Talk to you later. Keep on crafting. Bye.